some face tracing, because I assume that you like visual stuff, and I'm glad I really like that stuff too. So I've been studying, I've been researching, I've been putting my time, my effort into watching tons of face tracing videos, so that I know how to do it the best that anybody could do it. Okay. So this is Nylad ASMR, face tracing. Let's get into it. Hello, nice to meet you, nice to see you again. What is your name? What's your name? Tell me your name. That's a nice name. Let me just draw on your face a little bit. Let me just draw on your face. Let me just draw that. Okay. Let me just wow. Let me just sculpt your face a little bit. Let me get that all in there. Let me go around your face. Wow, dude. Jeez. Can you turn to the side? Can you turn to the side for me? Can you turn to the side? Wow, dang. Your jawline's sharp. Dang, let's go. So guys, I've been thinking about some stuff. I have a big story to tell. I was reflecting on my past years in 5th grade and stuff with old friends. And I remember this one story. It was funny because we went to a camp. It actually wasn't so funny. It didn't turn out so funny in the end, but it was funny to me at the start. So we went to a camp. So it was pretty late in 5th grade when we went to this camp. And prior to this, I had never really gone out in the States somewhere by myself besides sleepovers, and those were max 10 minutes away. Well, this camp was a couple hours away. I was nervous, but all the cool kids were doing it, so I was like, shoot, I gotta go and do it. So I finally decide, yes, I'm gonna go to this camp, and all my friends are, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be fun. It was this super naturey camp. I'm talking, we drove there on buses, took us a couple hours, and when we were there, I was like, I've never seen something like it. There was trees everywhere, but that's the thing, there was only trees and nature and all that crazy stuff, and I was a little suburban boy. I didn't really know what was going on, so I was like, wow. It was surprising at first, but we soon got a little bit used to it. We went to this big old cabin. I'm not really sure why we did the field trip. I guess it was probably a fundraiser or something. But we did it. We ended up doing it. So it was fun. But we got into a cabin, and everybody had to introduce themselves, and then I don't even know why, but there was a piano, and then someone playing piano or something. It was some whack stuff, okay? Let's just say that. It was some whack stuff. But we all introduced ourselves, and I stayed with my friend, and we got assigned to our little dorms / cabins. So that was the main cabin that we were in, but we were supposed to get assigned to different ones. There was all the boys stayed together and all the girls stayed together, and there were some crazy rumors, let's just say that. But yeah, so all the boys stayed together, but in different cabins. It was a little cabin line, so nobody can sneak out or anything. But all the boys, there would be 15 boys to a cabin, right? And I was with my best friend. I was like, dude, if we don't get in a cabin together, I'm cooked, right? I didn't say that, but I was scared, okay? Let's just say that. So we were looking, we're like, bro, we were so nervous, and they called our cabin numbers. It was with different people in different cabins. We had us or something to watch over us. But oh my gosh, dude. I was gonna have to spend like 3 days away from my best friend and only meet up like, I don't know. We met up probably like 3 times a day, honestly. Because we had, I think it was like breakfast, lunch, and then dinner. I think those were 3. And then we would have to stay with our cabin mates and like our counselor for the rest of the day, like anywhere we went, bro. So I was like, oh my gosh, dude, I was so scared because I would at least wanted to have stayed with my friend in the cabin together and be safe, but then I had to stay with a bunch of randoms. So I was like, wow. Okay, I'm a little bit scared. But okay, so we went to the cabin and I got like one of the worst possible seats. It was literally right next to like a window. Like it was the top bunk. Which is cool. But it was right now next to a big old window that showed only wilderness. Like I'm talking the forest, like the dark, scary forest was right outside my window. And that's where I would have to sleep for 3 days. Let me tell you, I thought Slender Man himself was gonna pull up and look at me in my window while I'm trying to take a rest. I kid you not, that's what I had in my mind. I was scared. Like I even offered to change with somebody, but nothing happened. Let me tell you, this camp, I thought it was just gonna be a cool little hangout, something chill. I was so homesick though. Like for the first day, I was like, what did I get myself into? There was randoms in my cabin. There was this kid that like apparently pooped on the floor in like 4th grade in my cabin with me. Like it was like a full-on theory that this kid pooped on the bathroom floor. Like it was big. Okay, it was a big conspiracy theory that happened around my school, and he was in my cabin right next to me. He was in my cabin. I thought I was gonna wake up to a freaking turd on my bed. Okay, you don't know what could have happened. But yeah. So I was scared. I was really scared. And I was nervous. And our camp counselor, dude, didn't really, I don't know. He was in it. So we would have these big dinners, but we would have to sit in our assigned spots. So I would be able to look at my friend from across the room, but I was sitting next to this random girl that I didn't really know. Like, so just say that you want me to be socially isolated. But it's kind of scary. Now, that's not even the worst part. There's something that happened at the camp that I still have literal physical scars of to this day. Like something affected me. Like I'm not even joking. Something from this camp actually affected me, like physically, to this day. And it's actually like a little bit of an insecurity. And you'll see why. So usually we would go on like hikes and stuff during the day, and then just chill out in our cabins and stuff during the night, right? But for some reason, our whole camp decided to take a night walk together, like a little night hike in the woods with a bunch of kids. Like, anyway, let me tell you, when I say pitch dark, I mean when the sun isn't shining. Okay, like space dark. It was that dark. You were supposed to hold on to the person to get like in front of you. Like, hey, no, you're supposed to hold on to the person in front of you. And just let them guide you. But dude, on both sides of you, unprotected, dude, there could be like mountain lions. I don't know. So we did that, and we heard noises like we heard anything that we heard. We would all pause and just like look around, and the camp counselor was like, "It's just a bird, rustling. Yeah, it's just a bird." What if it wasn't a bird? Anyway, that ruffled my feathers quite a bit. So the next day, I was already like, I'm done. I didn't know that I was gonna have to go. I didn't know that day was gonna be the day that I would. I don't even want to spoil it, but yeah. But so after that experience, I was homesick, I remember, and he started like crying and yelling in the middle of the night. I swear to you, I woke up to this dude crying. His eyes out, like people were like all around, and they're like, "Oh, dude, are you okay?" In the pitch black, I was scared. I wanted to be gone from that camp. Like that was like camp. What's that evil camp from Goosebumps? It was like that. It was literally like that. I swear to you. But yeah, I was like, no, let me be gone. But we woke up the next day. Everybody was chill. That kid. He got along fine, I think. So yeah. Everything was chill. But we decided to go on another hike and see like really big trees or something. So we got in a huge group. And there was this kid named Elias in my group. There was rumors about this guy. Like we were in 5th grade, but there were some freaky rumors. Like this guy apparently was hanging out in a hot tub with like a girl or something during the camp. I didn't see any hot tubs at the camp. We were just making up stuff to like keep our minds occupied. But Elias, he started talking to me, and he was like one of the cool kids, right? And cause he was the only person at the camp that like I low-key kind of knew, because I talked to him like once or twice during like at school. So because I couldn't hang out with my actual best friend, I had to hang out with Elias, and we were on a hike together, right? It was like a big old group, and there's big old trees and big old sticks on the floor and everything. And we were walking, and he was talking to me about Gladiator, like the movie Gladiator. And we were getting bored, and then we found like this little area, like a circular area to go rest, right? And all the camp counselors were like hanging out. All the kids were all hanging out in like this one area, and me and Elias were walking around talking about Gladiator. And he was like, "This is Sparta." Like he kept making like Gladiator jokes. Like I never watched the movie, dude. He was weird. So I was like, dude, can we just go to like the other people's area? And then he picked up a stick, right? And I was looking the other direction. Elias was like right here. I was right here. He picked up a stick while I was facing this direction, and he threw it at my head, the side of my head. He threw it as hard as he could. Like I'm talking, this stick was, like one of those sticks that hurts. Like you can't even break it open. It was not a twig. It was like a genuine branch. And he threw that. He was a sports player. He threw that at my head. He was like, right when it hit my head, he said, "Watch out." Those 5th graders are evil. Anyway, I started seeing lights, like genuine lights. Like my vision was so blurry. Like it was like so blurry. Like I couldn't focus on a thing, and my eyes were like shifting. He hit like one of my lobes, bro. And everything was like shifting around. I couldn't see anything. I felt like I was gonna fall over. And then I started like screaming, bro, because this kid just assaulted me out of nowhere with a stick. And my head, I was bleeding like hell. Like there was blood coming down, like down my cheek and down here. I was like, bro, I was screaming, and then the camp counselors came. It was like a blur, kind of. And then they got me like picked up into like this van. It was just me and like a bunch of teachers in this van that were like coming with because of the school. And they were like asking me a ton of questions. They were like, "Dude, what happened? How did this happen? How do you feel? And then eventually they just started driving, and I was in the back seat. And one of the funnier moments that happened was I look back, I just see a bunch of kids like staring at me, and I just start going like this against the glass, like not breaking it, but like joking like that. It was the funniest. Like I still had a sense of humor, okay? It was funny. But I was dying. Like I felt like I was gonna die. Like I felt like I needed surgery. There was blood, like I said, blood. My eyes were all messed up. And it hurt. So we got into this little room. We got into this like kind of like not really a hospital room, but like like a nurse's office, right? They laid me down. Elias was suspended. He was gone from the camp. I don't know if I was happy or sad about this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I felt bad because, like, I don't know. I was a good kid. Okay, I felt bad because I was a good kid, but I felt happy because I was like, bro, this shark, this absolutely belligerent fool, threw a little stick at me, and he thinks he can get away with it. I was happy to see him go, but at the same time, I felt bad. Like maybe he was having fun. But anyway, so a week later, I got back. That camp experience, dude, that stuck with me. I remember trying to dance with like a girl or something because we had like a ballroom dance, like old-fashioned style. Like there was like some dude playing piano. There's like people dancing and stuff, like all in like fancy outfits. I was like, what the hell? I was like, dude, what is this? Anyway, some other stuff happened, and I think I had to go home early. I don't know. I don't remember actually, but I remember just, yeah. So like a week later when I get home, well, not a week later, but when I start recovering and stuff, there's a big old bump. Like, I'm talking like insecurity level right here. Like, it's still, I'd show you, but let me see if I can. I don't think I can really, I don't think I can really look for it. But anyway, when I had like, I used to have really short hair. I used to have like really short hair. Like, I used to have like a fade and stuff, and all that stuff. And when I had that, it was prominent. Like, you could see, like, I had some sort of just bulge coming out of my head, and that lasted like a year after that incident where it was just a bulge. And now it's better now, right? You can't even really see it. Well, I grew out the sides of my hair, so nobody can see it. But yeah, it was messed up, dude. I felt insecure about that, and it was just messed up. It was just a messed up experience. It was just weird. I don't know. I want to talk about that because I've just been reflecting. It's like, how did that change my life, and how does that put me to where I am now, and what happened during that camp experience? It was so surreal. Like, in a way, I feel nostalgic about it. I feel nostalgic about it, but at the same time, I don't really like it. Like, it feels like a old memory that's somewhat scary, but at the same time, it kind of makes me want to cry. It's weird. Let me know, guys. If you guys have had any experience with this. If you guys have any like injuries or any like physical things, or maybe you've been to a weird camp that your school made you go to, or anything. Also, that camp costed my parents a good chunk of change, so didn't even offer a refund. Like, damn. But yeah, if you guys have any experiences, or have any suggestions for future videos, or any tingle words like coconut, feel free to put them in the comments, and I'm gonna make some more community posts